dimensional accuracy. It can also be used in machines that are used to repair the jet engine blades. The other day, the presenters has shown the example of those jet engine blades or the turbine blades. So you can also get them repaired. Disadvantage of plasma arc machining is the equipment used in plasma arc machining is very costly. There may be metallurgical changes that can take place on the surface of the workpiece owing to very high temperatures and high pressures of the gas. The consumption of inert gas is also high, and there may be a possibilities of oxidation or scale formation, and shielding is required for this operation. You might have observed it was done in a closed shell, and within the vicinity human were not allowed. But however, your PAM, in spite of these disadvantages and owing to the advantages, it is applied for a variety of applications. It is used in nuclear submarine pipe systems, used in welding rocket motor cases. So it is also used in welding of stainless steel tubes and profile cutting. So while we are talking about machining, I myself limited to machining of those or cutting of the materials, but not welding. Okay, so the same principle can be even applied for even welding of the things. The next is laser beam machining, and you know better what is a laser. It is light amplification by simulated emission of radiation. So you will be using monochromatic light in this, a coherent type, and with high energy densities. So you will be using that, and this is the simple working principle of your LBM, which is used as a drilling process. So the same laser beam machining can be extended for cutting of a continuous cutting, or you can even make a simple drilling operation here. So what are the research aspects of LBM? So I'm not going into laser beam machining and all, because you know better, as are all, most of us are teachers. We know what are the simple principles, but what are the research aspects that are occurred, that are being carried out of the literature review. We have made this. The laser cutting parameters, while we discuss, we focus most of the papers, they focused on the laser power, varying the laser power, what is the influence on metal removal rate, they have studied it, and the cutting speed on the finish as well as the metal removal, and the shield gas type and the pressure. So whether you are using a compressed air, or you are using argon, or you are using nitrogen, or you are using oxygen, what is the impact on the finish of the machining? So nozzle configurations, again nozzle height and focal positioning, all these are very important aspects. But in light of what they studied on the impact of these elements on the surface roughness, on the metal removal rate, on the heat affected zone, on the burnout and crack lengths. So most of the literature worked on this. So you can work on these areas, but the biggest challenge for most of the researchers could be the availability of these machines. So next we'll be moving on to electron beam machining. Now in this case, a beam of electrons are impinged onto the surface of the material, for which all other processes demands for a vacuum chamber. Just please excuse me. Yes, sir, I will be joining the meeting in less time. So 1 second. So, sorry friends, I have an urgent meeting. Okay, let me finish it off early for you. So, electron beam impinges on the surface, and therefore the operation of cutting will occur. And what are the sources of information or the research aspects in EBM is this. So you can make studies on the power supply ranges, the current ranges, the influence of vacuum, to what values you can change it, and you can also see the mode of electron beam for drilling, and if it is single pulse, what is the impact, if it is multi-pulse, what is the impact. So you'll be studying on all these aspects. The advantages of EBM, you will be having the drilling and cutting operations that can be done. Drilling of making holes and cutting is the making of complex shape thereby. The advantage is any material can be machined, whether it's conductor, non-conductor, you can just make it. No cutting forces are involved, so no stresses imposed on the part. On the other day, when micro machining was discussed, we were also discussing on that stress, induced stresses. So that will not be there in this. And exceptional drilling speeds, very high speeds can be possible, and a little mechanical or thermal distortion is there, and a high accuracy is possible. And applications, most of them are usually applied on making the suitable holes on very hard to make materials, or maybe they are used in aerospace, or maybe in food and chemical industry and all. So therefore, I'm getting calls, 1 second. So what influences they have been discussed is this: the metal removal rate impact is getting with the power that is being done, the tool that is being used, and the shape applications for which we have been using it and all. So with this, I just conclude this. I'm to attend an urgent meeting. Please permit me. And if you have any doubts, you can please raise. Divya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's very valuable session, and I request participants to interact with the expert and ask any questions. So participants, unmute yourself and ask any queries to the expert. Dear participants, if you have any queries, please unmute yourself and ask to the expert. Thank you, Professor P. Srikanth, sir. In this lecture, we have learned various machining process, conventional and non-conventional process, and some important characteristics of modern machining, water jet cutting, and some videos related to the application purpose. Thank you, sir, for your accepting our invitation on behalf of Kids W and Mechanical Department. We sincerely thank you for spending your valuable time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm very sorry, but because of some other meeting, I have to leave early. So I made it a bit fast. So I thank HOD sir and the team, the wonderful girl team, which has made this program a wonderful success. Thank you very much, each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Can I leave now?
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. And dear participants, the feedback link for session 2 will be posted in WhatsApp group. So fill it soon, and it will be closed by 7:15. Thank you all. And tomorrow we will start the session by 2 p.m. only, because we're having extra session. So from 2 to 3 there will be one session, and regular section will be continued after that. So thank you, participants. We'll meet you tomorrow exactly at 2 p.m. Thank you all.